Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at something that's going on with Black Bolt and White Flare. Things don't fully make sense with Black Bolt and White Flare, and this is something that we need to have a little bit of a chat about. Now, we're going to go back just for a second, because there's something I've told you before that leads into this quite nicely. It was about Cherin and Victini, and I made a video the other day where I predicted that Full Art Cherin and the Red Victini would in fact be making their way out into our sets. And my reasoning here was really quite simple. We could look at the black and white rares of Reshiram and Zekrom. We could compare the numbering of them in Japanese, in a Japanese set, to the numbering of them in the English set. And we could basically figure out that there was one secret rare missing in each set. Now, the way it basically goes is we have the Elite Trainer Box promo for each set. That is Thunderous for Black Bolt and Tornadus for White Flare. And then we've also got the Tech Sticker Collection promos for each set. Reuniclus for Black Bolt and Gothitelle for White Flare. And then we've also got the Victini coming out in Black Bolt. Well, the Victini from Black Bolt coming in the Victini Illustration Collection, you know what I mean. So essentially, we should be able to look at these numbers and go, well, hang on a second. We've taken 2 secret rares out from White Flare and 3 secret rares out from Black Bolt. So Reshiram should be 2 lower in English and Black Bolt should be 3 lower in English. But actually, when we look at it, the Reshiram should be 174. It's actually 173. It's 1 lower when it should be 2. And the Zekrom in Japanese is 174. But here it's 172. So it should be 3 lower, but it's actually 2 lower. I.e., our cards are 1 closer to the number they should be looking at Japan. So that means, in theory, there's 1 secret rare added into each set to push our English numbers up by 1, and the only things that really fit here, the only secret rares that Japan has had that we haven't, that we're waiting for, are Cherin and Victini. And as a side note, because Victini is in Black Bolt, we would presume that the Red Victini would be in Black Bolt. So I told you this the other day, and I put my feet up and I said, right, we're good. We figured it out. I told you what the issues were. We fixed the issues. Job's a good un. That's what I thought. I thought we had it sorted, ladies and gentlemen. I thought we had it sorted. Because here's the thing, right? If we have a look at the Japanese set and the English set, they have 86 card sets. And we have 86 card sets. Matches perfectly. We have the same number of cards in Black Bolt, not including secret rares. We have the same number of cards in White Flare, not including secret rares. But then everything starts to get screwy. Now, we've not seen that many English cards from the sets, but we've seen a few. Take Hilda, for instance. We have the English print of Hilda. We've had that revealed. Hilda is in White Flare and is card number 84. In Japan, Hilda is still in White Flare, but is number 85. And we look at that and we go, well, okay. But maybe that's because of the difference in English names and Japanese names and all of that. It's only 1 out. It's been flicked with another card. It's probably because of the names. We can live with this. That's going to be okay. Cool. Except it's not cool. Take Jellicent, for instance. Jellicent is, in English, White Flare number 45. In Japanese, it's White Flare number 42. And I'm sure there is some weird explanation. I'm sure the whole set's going to be revealed. And we're going to look at it and we're going to go, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. But right now, it does not make perfect sense. If we're getting the same 86 card White Flare and the same 86 card White Bolt, why does it not have the same set list? Like, we could have a look at 151, which is this is very much like Gen 5 151. Now, 151, to be fair, did have a bit of a hook. And the hook was every Pokemon has their Pokédex number. So Bulbasaur was number 1, our old friend Pikachu was 25, and who could forget the iconic Porygon, number 137. If you forgot that, hang your head in shame. My point is, that was easy because they all had their Pokédex number. They didn't have their usual ordering, but that was alright because they had their Pokédex number and we forgave them. But they're all out of whack here. Like, take Archeops, for instance. Archeops over here is White Flare 51. In Japan, White Flare 48. And it's only a little different, and what probably has happened is they've just reordered the sets a little bit, but that is going to get a bit confusing. And also, I know there are people out there that are going to try and get a Japanese set and an English set next to each other in the binder, and the fact that they are in different orders is actually going to get kind of annoying and kind of confusing, because everything here seems to be just a little bit out from where it should be. Not enough to really make a difference, but enough to be annoying. Take Volcarona. Should be Black Bolt 16, or at least that's what it is over here. Is that what we see over in Japan? No! 19. 19. And again, does it really matter? In Japan, it's the last fire card because they go by Pokédex order. So maybe here we're not going in Pokédex order. So it doesn't really matter. Like, we go in a slightly different order, but that leads to the question of why. And this is what I don't get. And obviously I did take the liberty of checking they are in Pokédex order over in Japan, which is why Volcarona is the final Pokemon we get there. The thing is, our sets are in Pokédex order, aren't they? Like, go to Destined Rivals, what's the first grass Pokemon in that set? Well, it's Gen 1 Pinsir. What's the last Pokemon in that set? Oh, well, it's Gen 9 DLC Tealmask Ogapon. Water, what's the first water Pokemon? Psyduck. What's the last water Pokemon? Wellspring Mask Ogapon. Oh, well, that makes perfect sense. First lightning Pokemon? Electabuzz. Last lightning Pokemon? Zeraora. With the slight exception that the second one is Electivire because they show the evolutions after, even though they're slightly out of Pokédex order, but that makes sense because the evolution's fine. So we generally get them in Pokédex order. Japan has this set in Pokédex order, but we don't have the same numbering as Japan. Now, the next question is, and this is probably the biggest question, the most important question, does it matter? Does it affect the makeup of the set? And right now, we have no reason to believe that it does. There is nothing to suggest that the misordering of the set is anything of an issue. We still have an 86 card White Flare like Japan. We still have an 86 card Black Bolt like Japan. I am expecting a couple of differences in the set makeup, but like I've said, we've got promos which are taken out to be used as promos, and I think at this point I am just expecting Cheran and Victini to be in there, because I don't know how else we can explain the fact that both Reshiram and Zekrom have numbers one higher than they should. They should have numbers one higher than they are. They've been pushed up one, and that should only really have happened if we've got an extra secret rare in each set. So we end up in this weird situation where on the one hand, it is awfully confusing that none of these cards I've shown you have the right number. Especially given that Japan's showing them in Pokédex order. We have the same number as Japan, and our sets are generally in Pokédex order. But on the other hand, it doesn't really matter. Now, it will be incredibly frustrating for some of you when you're making up your binder and things are not in the order they should be. And I will be among you. But it doesn't really matter. Not like that. Doesn't actually affect the set at all. It's just super annoying. And I wish I had a better answer for you. I wish I had a better conclusion. But the answer is, our set is in a slightly different order to Japan's. Our set should be in Pokédex order like Japan's. And well, either ours isn't in Pokédex order or we have a different set makeup to Japan. They're essentially the only options here. Because Volcarona in Japan is 19, the final one. Ours is 16, still very much in the range of fire Pokemon. But why is Volcarona not 19 and the last fire Pokemon for us? Wish I could give you an answer. I've had a lot of people asking me about this, and I told you all I'd take a good look into it, and I've taken a good look into it, and the answer is, I don't know why we've got a different order to Japan here. I can't figure out why we've got different numbers, because our sets are generally in Pokédex order, as I've shown you. Japan's Black Bottom White Flare is in Pokédex order, like I've shown you. And we should have the exact same makeup, not including secret rares, but the main 86 card set should be the same as Japan. The fact that they're not in the same order like they were in 151 makes no sense to me. As more cards are revealed, one of two things is going to happen. We're either going to turn around and go, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. Or we're going to look at it and go, it's in a weird order that makes no sense. And I promise you, when we get to the point where we know which one of those two it is, I'll give you a follow-up and let you know what's going on. For now, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Dojo, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.